Hey everybody, hi, this is Debbie Fry. I'm head of teen services at the Gum Spring Library, and I'm going to show you a little bit about drawing anime today. We're going to start with drawing anime faces, and so you'll need a couple of things. You'll need a pencil or pen, and you'll need some paper. It doesn't matter what kind of pencil or pen you're drawing with, it doesn't matter what kind of paper. We're just going to do some basic stuff that I learned about in art school. So we're going to start with something really simple, and if you ever need to pause this video and start again, no worries. Nobody's going to judge. Just going to draw a simple face and this. I like to think of this as a lollipop person. This is the very basics of basics. This circle is going to be the head. This is going to be a neck. I'm going to just draw a little line here for shoulders. So we're going to use a couple of little guidelines here, just so that you have a little more familiarity with kind of a basic face structure. We're going to draw a very faint line down the middle and a line across the middle too. So this is like the center of the skull. The center of the face is going to be a little bit further down, and I'll show you why here. This is just like a little trick that I have learned. I'm going to do a couple little smileys up here. A lot of beginners, when they're starting to draw, they tend to draw eyes really high up on the face because you think of the face as being like this long, and then this hair starts up here, and the nose comes here, and the mouth is down here. So this is, you know, if you want this look, great, go for it. But to make something a little bit more realistic, we're going to have the eyes be down towards the middle of this circle. So these guidelines are going to show you a little bit about that. So middle of the circle here, where the eyes are, as you can see, this looks a little bit more natural than that. So just guidelines. All right, so the next piece that I'm going to do is drawing in the face. We're going to do a couple little lines for the side of the face. We try to keep it a little bit symmetrical, so however much you decide to go up over this line and however much you decide to go down, just try to keep it about the same length. Not everybody in the real world is symmetrical, but we're going to try to keep our drawing as close as we can. All right. And symmetrical, if you don't know, just means that it looks the same on this side and on this side, and already you can tell mine isn't, and that's cool. All right, so I'm going to then just draw in a real quick neck here. And I've decided that this person I'm drawing is going to be a girl. So usually with anime, a lot of the rounder faces, they tend to be younger characters. It tends to be females as well as like kids. So I'm going to keep it round. I'm going to make this one a girl. So yeah, what I did was I just drew in these sidelines here for the sides of the face, and then it's almost like a little triangle here. You're connecting the chin here, but you just draw these little angled lines in to that point of the chin there. If you want it a little softer, like if they're maybe a little bit younger or something, you can draw the line a little bit curved, and this line can be a little curved too. Just draw a little bit here. So there's a neck. One hint to draw a neck is like, don't draw it straight up and down. Just draw it kind of curved, a curved line like this. It's going to look a lot more realistic. I'm going to put a couple ears in here too. I'm just keeping like a quarter of the ear above this line, but you know, everybody's a little different, so you don't have to be the same. Your ears can be like down here, or they can be higher up, or they can be elf ears or something, you know, Vulcans or whatever. You decide how you want to do this. This is just what we're going to do for this exercise is like this little ear here with a quarter of it above this line, and it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is eyebrows, because I find eyebrows are a little bit easier to draw first before drawing the eyes. So I just did a little line here. Eyebrows are usually a bit curved, but again, you can decide how you want to do them. And then I'm trying to keep them relatively equal distant from this middle line. So like this one, the space between this middle line and the start of the eyebrow is about the same here as it is over here. Okay, next I'm gonna draw a nose, and everybody has a different style for drawing noses. Mine tend to be kind of like check marks. And with a lot of anime, that sometimes tends to be the case, where it's just like a little check there. But you do noses how you want to do them. There are a lot of really cool nose guidelines out there to kind of show you different ways to draw noses. So keep it interesting, draw something weird. All right, if you want somebody to have a small mouth, or if you want them to look like their mouth is like really, I don't know, I guess like unhappy or just sort of neutral, keep the end of the mouth, like this little side part of it right here, about the same as where you have the start of the eyebrow, here and here. You got kind of a small mouth here. If you want them to be smiling or something, make it a little bit wider. So I'm gonna make her smile. One trick, this right now just kind of looks pretty normal, I guess. But I like to give the mouth a little bit of dynamicness by like having a line here, maybe skipping over a little bit of a line there, having a little more over here, darkening it at the corner sometimes. I mean, how you want to do this, it's all up to you. But that's just how I do it. If you want to give them like kind of a fuller bottom lip, you can make a little tiny curved line down here. So if you see this line is a little bit curved, then it shows you that they have a bit of a full bottom lip. All right, next thing I'm going to do is eyes, and eyes are fun. Eyes come in all sizes and shapes, especially in anime. I tend to draw mine a little bit almond shaped. So this is the outside of the eye. I'll show you over here. This is one easy way to do eyes, is drawing the top line and the bottom line. And then I kind of connect them a little bit, either in the middle or on the side, depending on what I want to do. And then this right here, this like ball, this is the iris, and pupil and all that fun stuff. You can tell already, mine is a little bit asymmetrical, which means it is not symmetrical. So like this eye and this eye here and this eye here, they don't really look the same. That's all right. I'm just going to try to make them look a little bit more similar. But most people are not symmetrical, so it's okay to make your characters a little not symmetrical. Especially when you're starting out, it just takes time and practice to kind of get that feeling. All right, so I'm gonna next put a little bit of shine in her eyes by drawing a little bubble here. And I'll keep the shine in the same place in the eyes, because usually the light source is coming from the same place. What I mean by that is, like, if the sun's out and it's shining, it's gonna shine down roughly the same on her eyes. So think of it as like a ray of sun. It's gonna light up the same parts of her eyes. I'm gonna put in a little pupil behind this. Like that. So there is a reason that I'm not drawing the whole pupil as a circle, and that's because usually when people are relaxed and calm, you don't see the whole circle of that pupil. It's only when somebody's like shocked and afraid, like this, that you will see that whole pupil. If you want somebody to look shocked all the time, then you can go ahead and draw the whole thing there. But in this case, I'm just gonna, here, I'll finish our little friend's eyes, this shocked person over here. Then we're just gonna keep it like this. She's kind of relaxed. And you can see here still, I did not get them symmetrical. That's okay, this is just an exercise, this is practice. Nobody's gonna see this except anybody who's watching this. All right, I'm gonna fluff up her eyebrows a little bit. I want her to have like some bigger eyebrows. And I just did that by like scribbling a little bit over that line that I'd created for the eyebrow. All right, the next trick that I want to show you is about hair. And this is something to keep in mind, is that this circle we drew before, this lollipop, This is the skull. This is basically like where her skull would be if she was bald, is right up here. So I'm going to take it a little bit higher than that. And then this is like the back of her hair. So with hair, you're going to want to draw it in clumps. So draw it like that, maybe like a lock of hair. And you can vary the width of it. So like maybe like a big clump of hair, a little clump, medium clump of hair, a little clump of hair, like that. It's just going to look a lot better than if you draw every single hair. If you're drawing every single hair, like that can, it takes a lot of time. So one of the reasons in anime that they'll do the clumps of hair is because they're trying to churn out, you know, the same character in different poses over the, like, you know, in a month, but in, you know, 20 different panels on only, you know, 20 different pages. So, you know, think about like, you know, how simple you want their look to be. If you're just drawing for funsies and you want to draw like every single hair, you know, great. But otherwise, if you're drawing for like a comic book or something, it's a lot harder to do that, like for every single panel that you're doing. All right. So I'm gonna give her some long hair, I think, just because long hair can be fun to draw. And this is a great time to experiment. Take a look at kind of what exists out there, and, you know, make your own decisions on how you like somebody's hair to look. Oh, look, she's got an eyeball in her hair. But I'm gonna make this long. All right, and I'm just gonna give her a little shirt to finish this up because she would like to wear a shirt, that's why. Okay, so this is the point at which, let's say you're using a pencil, you would go over that pencil with pen, picking your favorite line. So like the way that I did this is super sketchy. I just like kind of drew whatever lines in here. But you would go over it with a pen and then erase the pencil that's underneath it, just to get your final look. The reason that I did this when in pen is because I feel pretty comfortable using a ballpoint pen. I like to be able to see all of what I've done, like all of my mistakes. So like this cheek is bigger than this cheek, this eye is bigger than that eye, just so that I can know what to do in the future, to do better, basically. Okay, so I'm planning on putting out a couple more videos of this in the future, but well, of drawing and stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to cover stuff that you're interested in. But, you know, if not, feel free to contact the library. Whoever at the library will know how to contact me, and I'll see if I can incorporate some of any questions that you have or anything that you'd like to see elaborated on in future videos. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun experimenting with art. Play around with stuff. All the rules in art are meant to be broken. Just know the rules first before you break them. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye. All right, hi guys, my name is Debbie Fry. I am the head of teen services from the Gum Spring Library in Aldie, Virginia, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit more about drawing anime faces. So last time we talked about how to draw the face front on. So I'm going to use my hand here like this, and today we're going to talk a little bit about how to draw hands, or not hands, faces. We're going to draw them from 3/4 view, which means like that somebody's slightly tilted. And we're also going to do profile, which means that you see somebody from their side. So all you need today is a pen or pencil and a piece of paper. Any kind of pen, pencil, or paper will do. We're just going to do some practice today. So this is not, nobody has to see this. This is all for fun and learning. Learning fun stuff. All right, so I'm going to start with the 3/4 face because I like it a little bit more. I'm going to do a little circle here, just like we did previously with somebody face on. And this time though, I'm gonna have our neck be a little bit off to the side because the person, I'm gonna have them facing this way. We're going to still have that same middle line across the center of the circle for the eyeballs, but our middle line that went from the top to the bottom of the face is going to change a little bit. It's going to be over to the side a little bit. So if you think of this as that point right between your eyebrows, this has gone from being right here, where, you know, eyes would be on either side and the mouth. It's going over here. So the eyes are going to be like this and you're going to have a mouth down there. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to start by drawing the forehead a little bit. There's a little bit of forehead there. Make it a little darker so you can see. And then we're going to have a little dip in here. And that dip is where your eye is going to be. Your eye is going to be like right here. And that's because the forehead, typically on humans, primates, it kind of helps to protect like our soft and squishy eyes. So there's that little movement out here, a little dip in here, and then you're going to have a little bit of a bump here, and this is for a cheekbone. So some people's cheekbones are a little bit bigger, some are smaller. And then I'm just taking this line down here to this middle line that's going to be our chin. And I didn't do it quite exactly right. That's all right. This is all practice. So if you have somebody who's like younger or somebody who's a little softer, they might have a little rounder cheek here. If somebody is really skinny, they might have like a one that doesn't have much of a curve. I'm kind of going for something in the middle. This line down here is like the bottom jawline, and it comes right up here to this, which is the back of your jaw, where your jaw meets your ear. And I'm gonna just draw on a little ear there for reference. I'm gonna do a neck. I'm putting it just a little way back from the chin. You can decide how far back you want your neck. And there we go. There we have a rough person. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is eyebrows because as you may have learned in the last video, I like to do my eyebrows first before eyes. So the eyebrows actually gonna be right up here, a little bit above this line, just as it was before, because eyebrows go above the eyes. But when you're looking at somebody who's turned in this 3/4 view where you're seeing only 3/4 of their face, then this eyebrow line is going to meet the nose. So that's a big, beautiful nose. So this line here, where the eyebrow is, I'm actually touching it to the nose here. And that's just because when you turn something, like with my hand, you turn it, you don't see all of that pinky anymore because I've turned it. So that's the case with the little space here that we had previously between the eyebrow and the nose. And that's the same over here. We're gonna have that space just because we can see it on that side. All right, then I'm gonna give them some eyes. This person's gonna have eyes. We're gonna do the same type of eye that we did before. In this case though, on this side you'll see the nose is overlapping that eye just a little bit. And we're gonna just kind of keep it pretty much the same as the first video. Just a line up here, a line on the bottom. This eye in the middle. The shine is going to be in the same spot because the light's coming from the same spot. And there we go. I'm going to just clear up those lines for you so you can see better. There we go. There's some eyebrows and some eyes. I'm going to make them a little darker. I'm going to color them in this time. There we go, so you can see. The mouth is going to be shorter on this side as well, just because you're not going to see it. This is the foreshortening again, where you don't see every part of something once it's been turned. But the mouth is going to go out fully on this side. There we go. This person has a very small chin. Very long face. Okay. All right, and we're gonna put in some hair. So I'm gonna just start drawing hair again in clumps. It's a very interesting face. I kind of like it. I don't think I've drawn somebody with a nose like this before, but I really like it. I'm gonna give them maybe a nose ring here too. Just put in a little bump and maybe some earrings too. Maybe they're a little punk. A little bit more hair because I like drawing hair. There we go. Maybe it's a little bit longer on this side. There we go. So this is a fun person. I like drawing them. All right, I'm gonna give them a little bit of a shirt because I want to. Maybe more earrings. But that's basically what you do for 3/4. So just when you're drawing, make sure to move that center line from the middle. You can still kind of see the circle here. Just move that center line from the middle of the ball to the side, middle of the lollipop to the side. So there you go. Next thing we're gonna do is profiles. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So profiles, again, like if you were doing a profile of my hand instead of being straight on, this is the 3/4, and then this would be like a profile where you're just seeing the side. So with profiles, I'm gonna draw kind of an egg shape. It's gonna be an egg shape because we're seeing somebody from a slightly different angle than we usually do. All right, and that middle line that we have that runs down the nose, this is actually going to be on the front now, so I'm just going to draw that there. But the middle line that goes across the eyes is still going to be in the middle of that ball. So what I'm going to do for the forehead is come in here, and that little dip where the eyebrow goes is still here. But instead of coming out for a cheekbone, you're going to go out straight into a nose. So come out here for the eyebrow, come in for the eyes, and then go out again to the nose. Then this person has some lovely lips. So we're going to do just kind of a little jut out and then come back in softly here because I'm going to give them some bigger lips. And then the bottom, I'm also going to make full lips. We're going to come back out again for a chin. And then go back up for a jaw. As you can see, I didn't quite do the whole skull this time. I'm going to take the neck down here, probably about halfway on this jaw, like that. And then we'll put an ear here just because people like having ears to hold up glasses and things. There we go. To wear earrings on. So the cool thing about noses, especially when you're doing them in profile, is that you can vary this however you want for your character. If you want your character to have like a sharper nose, like bring it to a point here, instead of making it more rounded, you can make it more rounded than this. You can make the point further down here. You can make it up here to give them a little snub nose. You can push this up so that it's more straight. Like this is called the bridge of the nose. You can push it up there. You can have a lot of fun with this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to put in is the eyebrow again, because I like my guideline for the eyebrow. Eyebrow is going to start pretty close to that very front of this profile here. And then the eyes. So the eyes here are going to be a little different than we draw them usually, but we are still going to draw them from the top and the bottom. So it'll be kind of like a V shape like this. And we're going to put in that eyeball right here. You can see I've curved it a little bit because your eye is ultimately round. So we're showing a little bit of a curve for the eye, and then here's the back of the eye. The pupil will be up here. You can put in a shine wherever you want if you want to. I'm not going to for this person. And then anything that you have out here, this is going to look like eyelashes kind of automatically. You don't really have to touch anything else to make it look like eyelashes. And then for the mouth, you could do a mouth as simple as that, just like a little dot in there. You can make it wider if you want to do a smile. If you want to do lips, this is really fun. You can just put in like a little line here and a little soft line down there, and maybe color in the top lip. And see, it looks like a person has lips. This person, whoever this is. Okay, I'm gonna give them curly hair because I think curly hair is fun to draw. Everybody does curly hair a little bit differently. This is gonna be kind of loose curls here. There we go. I'm gonna give them back of the neck here because their skull would go probably like that. This is a good time to take a look at bald people and see kind of what their skulls look like if you're doing some profiles. All right, the last little tiny bits that you might want to do if you're interested, you can give this person a little bit of a nose here. This is going to be a little less anime, but it's up to you, it's your style. If you want as well, you can give them a bit of an eyelid here and a bit of what's called an epicanthal fold if you want, like there. So again, it's up to you. You're the artist. You decide how you want to do it. All right, so that's me for today. I hope you had fun drawing a 3/4 view and a profile view. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to contact your library and I'll see if I can make a video that helps answer them. So thanks. I'll see you next time.